Hello dear student, today I am going to discuss an example of enantiomer and diastereomer. What are enantiomer and diastereomer? It is already covered in previous lecture. Those who are new to this channel, they can please visit my previous lecture on stereoisomers. In this class, we will find out a relationship between two molecules, molecule A and molecule B. What kind of relationship? We have to find out whether A and B are enantiomer to each other or they are diastereomer to each other. We have to find out this relationship. How we will find out the relationship? This relationship is only, or this relationship can be only find out by exactly defining the configuration of chiral carbon of these two molecules. So how we will be define the configuration of chiral carbon? It can be easily defined by applying the SIP rule of nomenclature. And what do you mean by SIP rule of nomenclature? It is already covered in previous lecture. So we will apply those rules and find out the relationship. Now first look at the molecule A. This is molecule A. This molecule A have two chiral carbon. This is your first chiral carbon and this is your second chiral carbon. Similarly, this molecule also have two chiral carbon, first and second. Now first we will find out the configuration of chiral carbon 1 and then chiral carbon 2. Now in this molecule, the chiral carbon has 4 different atoms attached to it. First one is your chlorine, here carbon, here again carbon, and here hydrogen. So chlorine has highest atomic number, so first priority given to chlorine. Toward this side, this is also carbon, this is also carbon, but this carbon has 3 hydrogen, but this carbon has oxygen and another carbon. So higher atomic number oxygen is present on this carbon, so priorities number 2 will be given to this carbon or this group. Then third priority goes to this methyl group, and hydrogen has least priority 4. Now after applying the priorities, we will draw an arrow from first to 2 and 2 to 3. Now you will see here this arrow goes in this fashion. This is what? This movement or this fashion, if arrows goes, then this is what? Clockwise direction. So the configuration of chiral carbon number 1 may be R, maybe. Why I am saying maybe? Because it's not finally defined here by seeing the arrow that this carbon is R. We have to see the lowest priority group position. On this carbon, the lowest priority group among these 4 is hydrogen, and its position is vertical. So as we have seen or as we have discussed in previous lecture, if the lowest priority group remains on vertical position, then the configuration of that carbon remains as such, or configuration of that carbon remains same as depicted by the movement of arrow. And movement of arrow here is in clockwise direction, so the configuration is R. So this R remains same. So first carbon has which configuration? R. Now we will move on to the next carbon, carbon number 2. Carbon number 2 has oxygen, highest atomic number moiety, which is directly attached to the carbon. So priority first goes to this. Now second priority goes to this carbon 2. Third priority goes to this, and fourth priority goes to this hydrogen. How I have set this priority, it is previously covered in lecture, so you can see those lecture. Now we will draw an arrow from first to 2 and from 2 to 3, leaving behind the fourth one. We do not have to consider fourth priority group while drawing the arrow. So we draw arrow from first to 2 and 2 to 3. Now here again the arrows goes in this motion or in this fashion. So this is what? This is again, this is what? This is your anti-clockwise direction. So according to SIP rule, if arrows moves in anti-clockwise direction, the configuration of that carbon may be S, sinister, reverse S. But again we have to see the position of lowest priority group on that particular carbon. So here this carbon has lowest priority group hydrogen, and its position is what? Vertical. It is vertically placed over this chiral carbon. So if the lowest priority group is on horizontal position, the configuration of that carbon reverse or changes or flips from S to R. So this carbon has final configuration what? R. So this is again R. Now move on to the second molecule B. Here again we apply the SIP rule and find out the configuration of carbon number 1. This is carbon number 1. Now on this carbon, chlorine is there, carbon is there, and hydrogen. Chlorine has highest atomic number, so first priority. Second priority goes to this carbon because this carbon has oxygen, and third priority goes to this carbon, and fourth one goes to this. Now we will draw an arrow first to second and second to third, leaving behind the fourth one. Now here you will see the movement of arrow moves in this fashion. This is what? Again anti-clockwise. So anti-clockwise means the configuration of this carbon may be S, but it is not final yet. We have to see the position of lowest priority group. Lowest priority group on this carbon is hydrogen. Its position is vertical. So if the lowest priority group is on vertical position, the configuration remains same, which is depicted by the movement of arrow. So movement of arrow is in clockwise direction, so configuration retains or configuration remains the same. So this carbon has what? S configuration. Now we will move on to the next carbon. This carbon has directly attached oxygen, highest atomic number. So priority 1 goes to this. Now second priority goes to this carbon, third priority goes to this, and fourth priority goes to this. We will draw again an arrow from 1 to 2 and from 2 to 3. Now you will see arrow goes in this fashion. So this is what? Again anti-clockwise. So anti-clockwise means according to SIP rule, its configuration may be S. Now we have to see the lowest priority group on this carbon. On this carbon, the lowest priority group is what? Hydrogen. Its position is horizontal. So if lowest priority group is on horizontal position, the configuration reverse, flips or changes to R. So R is actually the final configuration. So this second carbon has which configuration? R. Now in this session, we first find out the configuration of chiral carbon amongst these two molecules A and B. Now let us see. Now we will come on to the next portion. What is the relationship? So how we will find the relationship? You will see here both carbon has RR configuration, means carbon number 1 has R configuration, carbon number 2 has R configuration. In this molecule, carbon number 1 has S configuration, carbon number 2 has R configuration. It means here first carbon has R, here second carbon has R, here first carbon has S and second carbon has R. So you will see first carbon configuration is on this A molecule is R, and on second molecule B the configuration is S. Means configuration reverse, configuration changes. Configuration changes means this carbon number 1 of A molecule is exactly mirror image of carbon number 1 of B molecule. How it is mirror image? You will see in this carbon number 1 the methyl group is on left position, and but here methyl group is on right position. Here chlorine is on right side, and here chlorine is on left side. Hydrogen is on vertical hydrogen. So you will see the configuration of first carbon is exactly mirror image of each other. So R and S, first carbon, are mirror images. Means this portion of or upper portion of both these molecule is exactly mirror image of each other. Now we will move on to the next lower portion, second carbon. Here the configuration of second carbon is R. Here the configuration of second carbon is R. Means configuration of both the carbon on the second position remains same. How? We can see here hydroxyl group is on right side. Here also hydroxyl group is on right side. Here hydrogen is on left side. Here also hydrogen is on left side. C5H111 and C5 and remaining upper portion are same. So configuration of this lower portion carbon remains same. Means this lower portion or second carbon of both these two molecules is not a mirror image. This is what? This is mirror image. But both this molecule second position carbon is not mirror image. Now you will see that amongst both this molecule A and B, upper portion of first carbon is mirror image of each other, but second position or the another half portion of this molecule is not mirror image. So whole molecule, if we compare both whole molecule A and B, then whole molecule together, molecule A is not exactly the mirror image of molecule B. So A is not a mirror image. Whole molecule is not a mirror image. And we have seen if two molecules are not a mirror image, then those two molecules are called what? Diastereomer. And this is exactly the definition of diastereomers. Diastereomers are those isomers which have same configuration on some carbon, but on some carbon they have different configuration. Means diastereomers are those isomers which have similar configuration on some of its atoms or some of its carbon, but other carbons of those molecules have different configuration. And here it is already we have seen first carbon in both molecules have same configuration, opposite configuration, but second carbon has same configuration. So both these molecules are what? Diastereomer. So this is how we can find out the relationship. So this is all about today's lecture. Thank you.